So why do I do what I do? Why is student voting so important?
Because when I was in high school, I went to a public school. My mom, who's an accountant, she's not politically active at all, ran a campaign to raise our property taxes so that we wouldn't lose our arts education at my school.
You know, we were canvassing using the list of registered voters and which elections they voted in. I thought that we were just skipping the doors, not listening at all to the people who didn't vote, and that felt wrong.
I didn't see any of the college students come back to support their schools. So the tax actually failed, and we lost our arts funding for the entire time that I was in high school.
I used to be a professor at a community college, and for 2 years of my first years of being a college professor, I was not a voter. And one year I woke up and said, you know what, I'm not gonna let other people decide that my voice didn't matter. Because when I did not exercise my vote or exercise my voice, it didn't matter.
Building power for myself as an Asian American and building power for someone who is young to say that we have a voice in this country, and for us to really show that power, it's through civic engagement, it's through voting.
It's such a privilege to have the chance to work with so many great people here to figure out how to take something that's wrong in this country and try to make it right.
What's really cool about the summit is that we're able to bring in so many people from the local groups and the national groups to have this national conversation about what does increasing student voting look like, how can we support our communities in all aspects of the term communities, and how best are we going to be moving forward as we move from this 2018 election to 2019, 2020 and beyond.
Being a part of a coalition like SLSV just means that we're more connected. There's more support, there's more people who can help the organizations that we're working with reach more young people, make sure that our efforts are coordinated, and just ensure that we're all together making student power and student voting power what we want to achieve at the end of the day.
SLSV has been really helpful. They gave us a lot of funding to empower the work that we were doing in Texas this year with the 2018 election, some money for a poll party and various other activities that we were doing. We would not have been able to make the impact we did without that funding. And then coming to this conference has been really, really helpful because I've gotten a lot of ideas, made a really cool network of people that I can now lead on for support in the future.
A historic 10-point jump in turnout among young people. How about that? You backed up Senator Booker and myself with the Help Students Vote Act. I look at this audience and I just see so much diversity. It's awesome. But I need you to do something for me. I need you to even step up further in the civic life of your country. I need you to even think about running for office. You guys are the future. I'm looking at it and the future looks bright. And I'm just so proud to be able to address you for a few minutes, and I look forward to increasing that turnout to historic levels in 2020. Am I right about that?
So I rallied all of my friends, all of my family members, all of my classmates that I had already graduated that were all across the state.
In fact, I was registered to vote in my hometown, and I flew all the way out there to register to vote, and also to encourage other community college students to do so as well.
I made sure that they came back and voted either early voting or on the day of the election to raise the property taxes in the parish so that arts education could go back.
So the work we do is about providing comprehensive support to local leaders, right? So if somebody anywhere in this country steps up and says, I want to make sure that everyone in my community can participate, can be included in our democracy, we want to make sure that we get in the trenches with them and provide them every single piece of support they could possibly need: coaching, tools, examples, networks, inspiration, recognition.
And our youth turnout was incredibly higher than it had been in the years before. And we were able to pass that tax, and we were able to bring arts education back to my school. And so that made me realize what a big impact that the youth can have on making sure that their communities, the ones that formed them and molded them and raised them, can continue to be the great communities that were there when they were growing up, so that the next generation of leaders will have the same opportunities that they have.
So Students Learn, Students Vote in the higher ed sector has been an incredibly valuable partner because they get so many different people from so many different places with a little slice of what it's going to take to transform our democracy, and then they run a really strong, really disciplined process to inspire people to contribute that unique thing that they've got to give to this movement.